Hello, everyone. Welcome to another team training. I have a fun guest with me, Nicole Farrell. Welcome, Nicole.
Hi.
You guys, Nicole is a senior director, and she reached out to me and told me about this really fun spring cleaning challenge that she did for her team. And I was like, "Oh, you need to tell everyone about this on a training." So we're excited to hear about this since spring is upon us. But before we dive in, I always have everyone share their Color Street journey. So Nicole, will you kind of talk about, how you found Color Street?
Yeah, definitely. I actually was introduced to Color Street at a party. It was an online party, and I was like, I don't want anything to do with this. So I made a purchase. I tried to use them. I used them incorrectly. I threw them in the trash. It's
Oh,
so
that's
terrible to say that.
hilarious.
Bye.
I love hearing these stories because it gives us hope for when we
Yeah,
have customers like you.
I was a
Right?
terrible customer. But then 6 months later, I had another friend who was actually my boss, and she was like, I'm having a Color Street party. And I was like, oh, this again. But I love supporting my friends. So I made
Right.
a purchase.
Okay.
And the stylist who was running the party actually showed me how to do them. And I
Mm.
fell in love. I was like, why did I give these a bad rap? Like, these are so good. So about a month or so, like literally like 2 days later, I signed up.
That's so
So
cool.
I just celebrated 3 years, and I will say
Guys.
that when I started, I actually started as a hobbyist. I had a full-time job. I had a full plate. All I wanted was a discount and
Mhm.
maybe to make a little extra cash.
Mhm.
And then I went to conference in Orlando, and I went just because it was a trip to Florida. I was going to
Right.
have fun.
Right.
But listening to all of the leaders talk about their experiences and what Color Street has done for them, it was like a golden opportunity, like a light bulb went off. And then I started building a team. And now Color Street is pretty much my main source. I do have a part-time job that just gets me out of the house 3 times a week, but I have a team of over 100, and we are working on doubling that by the end of this year.
Boom. That's so cool, Nicole. I love that story so much, especially the
It's
the
very honest.
throwing them away.
Yes.
Hilarious. But it also shows you the power of showing people how to use them, like how to apply. That's important. Okay, well, now can you tell us the story of how you decided to do this spring cleaning challenge?
Yes. So again, I'm one of those people who light bulbs go off when they're not supposed to. And anytime I have an idea for Color Street, it always comes from something like from life.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Punta Cana. I earned that trip.
Yes,
And
girl.
I was doing some spring cleaning in my closet because I was like, I don't really want to spend too much. I'm sure there's something in this closet that I can wear, right?
Mhm.
So as I'm spring cleaning my closet, it just dawned on me. I'm like, why am I only spring cleaning my clothes? I should totally spring clean my stash. I am obsessed with Color Street. I have like 500 sets all the time. It's bad. So I thought, what is this? It's just money sitting on a
Yeah.
shelf. Like, why
Right.
am I not getting rid of these? What am I holding on to them for? So
Yeah.
Jessie Duncan is my upline, and I immediately sent her a voice message, and I was like, how crazy would it be if I challenged my team to like completely destash everything they have on hand? Like, just tell them to do whatever it takes to get rid of those sets. And here's why: because I knew the bundles were coming up, and let's be honest, the economy is crazy right now. Not everybody has extra money. But I
Right.
wanted my girls to get their hands on those bundles because they're so good for marketing. So
Yeah.
I thought to myself, how can we get cash in hand without breaking the bank, and also clean up, like make connections with people, kind of boost some confidence, like just all the goodness that comes from Color Street. So
Mhm.
after that, I thought, okay, I'm going to make this really easy for my team because I love to be that person that helps people out. So I'm going to I'm going to comb through 4 years of Color Street and find all of the ways to destash, like every single
Yeah.
possible way that you could have
Yeah.
a stash sale. Okay. And then I realized that's a lot. Like, that's way too much for me to do by myself. So shout out to a chat that I have with 25 sideline sisters who are all leaders, ranging from SEDs to EDs to SDs. Like, we're all powerhouse women.
Love it.
So I sent them a voice message and I'm like, y'all, I need your help because I can't put all these together. And they were like, boom, let's do this, because they thought it was a great idea as well.
Yeah.
So we had a Zoom, and then we worked together for a few days and put together a Google Doc of every single stash sale that we could find that we really loved. And I'm talking, we included the wording, the trainings, the original person who thought of it. And then we presented it to our teams in a challenge. Challenge is super simple. Basically, all we wanted was for people to already have an option, like basically a list of ways to destash, and then they just go do it. Right. I did do a point system because I personally think that lives are the best way to connect with people. And so I said, if you go live, you're going to get this many points. If you post, your stash and you sell 20 sets, you're going to get this many points. And then everybody was going to be entered to win a Color Street gift card.
I love that.
The results are insane too. Like, I am so excited.
Let's hear it.
That is the best part about this is we came together as a team. I created a thread in my team group on Facebook. And so anytime anybody had their sale, they would post a screenshot and then they would share the results. So it was really nice to see, because we all like had that camaraderie going on. We were cheering each other on. We were like, oh my gosh, you did this. Well, how did this go? And let me pick your brain about this. So basically everybody was crossing over, having the best time, learning from each other. If for some people don't like, success is measured different ways. And so someone would say, I only sold 9 sets. And we would get on there and be like, girlfriend, 9 sets. That's
great.
Insane. Like, if you sold those at $10 each, that's $90. You just made $90 off of something that's sitting on your shelf. Yeah. So that was the best part about this. I had a girl who sold 195 sets. It's like, I was like, oh,
that's insane.
We didn't reinvent the wheel. We just went back into the resources that we had. We found the best ones. Like, let's see, we've got Julie Cruz's FOMO sale. Everybody loves that one. We have the color sale, the secret nail sale, a 1 hour, just a live party wheel sale. We just basically took what we already knew and told people to go do it.
Right. I know. So many of those are like on my YouTube. So if you don't know where these are, like, there's a ton of those that are on my YouTube. That's awesome. And then they just went and did it. Yeah.
So, I mean, really, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't out of the norm. I think for some, though, personally on my team, my girls, they just love Color Street. So they are either constantly cashing in parties and keeping those sets, or they're purchasing at the discount, which is great. We love that. But we really wanted to reiterate that this business is an opportunity to make money. It's always there. It's always a possibility. So use what you have. We have the resources. When we created our Google Doc, we did not do it from team pages. We did it only from the official Facebook and YouTube, so everybody could have access to those. Right. And then we really just push people to be out of their comfort zone. And I think the best part was that some people just don't realize that it is that simple. All you have to do is just try something new. And when they saw those results, they were like, oh, it was that easy? I'm like, yes, I've been trying to tell you that.
Yes. I mean, that's why I do these trainings, is because there are so many great ideas out there, but it's not going to do you any good if you don't try them. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, you gotta try these. And that challenge sounds so fun. So you gave them points. How did how did the point system work?
So basically I did, for example, I did like 2 points if you just even had the stash. So right off the bat, if you even just tried, you get 2 entries into the Color Street gift card. Okay. I gave 5 entries if you did a live. Didn't matter whether it was part of the sale or not. Maybe you went live and talked about the sale. You got 5 points. Okay. If you sold 10, 20, 30, I gave a certain amount of points. And then basically they're entries. And then I just took those entries. Like I said, we had one thread, so they were all kept in one space. I haven't done my drawing yet because I was going to end it on the 10th, but then I had some people who were trying to still build up the courage to do those sales. So I extended it to the end of the bundle availability. So they have until the end of this week, Friday. And I really reiterated that it's not really about an incentive. It's not about, me trying to tell you to do something. This is just about me giving you an opportunity to see that you've got an option to invest in your business. Start by connecting with your people, by giving them a treat. VIPs love that, right? And then you're going to be connecting with your fellow teammates. That's a great thing. And then you're going to also be purchasing something, whether it is the bundles or maybe the new sets that are coming out next week, and you're going to have those on hand. And it all ties together.
Yeah.
So once I do the wheel, which I just use like a wheelofnames.com, and I put all of their entries on the wheel, and then I'll just pick a Color Street gift card, which I chose the Color Street gift card as the incentive because it goes right back into their PV.
Right. Yeah. It's such a great reward.
Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, right?
Exactly.
So I love that. And then once they have their little spring cleaning sale in like their VIP group, obviously we can't do these publicly, but then you're encouraging them to reinvest that into the spring bundles or, in their business, right?
Yes, I am saying, obviously I can't tell people what to do with their money. If they make money and they don't want to spend it on Color Street, that's their choice. But we kind of went over the different, we have another Google Doc that talks about why the bundles are a good deal. Obviously, they're going to give you PV. So there's that. Going to get you closer to that first goal, which is bonus qualified. It's also going to give you an opportunity to do marketing. A lot of the sets, we're going to have those before anybody else does. Even if you don't get them until the day that they go live, you're still going to have those sets in hand to be able to go live or even take pictures of, or even put them on your nails.
I know, that's what I get. I get them for selfishly for me. Like I want to do my nails with them. I want to show them off. I want to,
Exactly. And then, even, we're doing the Reels challenge, and we're telling people to try those kinds of things. Even just doing a reel with you showing off a couple of the sets just gives people a different aspect of your business. Yeah. And then the stash is also really, like I said, an opportunity to connect with people. We post a lot, right? People don't see everything all the time. Yeah. So when they're doing these stash sales, I'm saying create an event, get into people's inboxes, send your top 20 people, hey, I'm having a secret nail sale. Do you want to be invited? Yeah. It gives you a reason to talk to people without feeling like salesy or spammy, because you already know that these people love Color Street. You're just trying to give them a good deal. And I have some unicorns, which I didn't let go of this one, but Safari Chic, that's my dream set. Right. These girls had so many good. I was popping into their stashes and being like, I want to shop. You have so many good sets. Right. People love something they can't have. So that was another thing. I was like, you're going to give them something and get them excited. And that's going to create another bond with you and your customer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love the idea of putting them in a message thread. I think that's why the secret nail sale was so powerful. Right. And if you have done a secret nail sale in the past, which I've done, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch it on my YouTube, but it's a training Amanda Yoakum did. But if you have, go back to that message thread and mention, your spring cleaning sale.
Anytime that you have a stash sale, it's an opportunity to have a connection again. So you already know that those people have shown interest. You already know that they even just wanted to be a part of that event, even if they haven't purchased. It's just like when we tell people to go back to past parties. Pop in, say hi. Hey, how you doing? I know you guys haven't seen me in a couple months, but guess what? Our new spring catalog is coming out. So it's the same concept. If a lot of these girls had their stash sale the first or second week of March, I'm encouraging them to go back into the event or even make another post and maybe tag the people who attended your event. Like you said, maybe go back into the message thread and say, hey, guess what, you guys, I'm so excited. I have spring bundles. They will be here this weekend. Do you guys want a sneak peek? You know, it's a connection that you can make with people. And anytime you can make a connection, it is going to just give you so much back in your business.
Yes, totally. So I'm curious, you said there was a whole thread, people were commenting. Did you notice there was one type of method that, did you notice a pattern of one that had a lot of success with sales?
Yeah. So, I think one of the things that my team, especially, like we all share a ton of different ideas, and whenever it's almost kind of like monkey see, monkey do, just because we know that we've seen the success. So when they see somebody else doing it, they're like, okay, I'm going to try that. So that's one good thing that I have about my team. My team is absolutely in love with trying anything else that anybody does. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I did a live stash sale, and I've been doing these for like 2 years now. Monica Arce was the first one to share this during a Black Friday. Okay. She goes live. She has the sets to sell. She says, okay, I've only got one of these, and this is Safari Chic, and it is $13. She sells, she did like regular price.
Is this in her VIP group? Or
yeah, this is in her VIP group. And what she did was every time somebody claimed a set, she would spin the wheel. And the wheel has like prizes and money off. And it's almost like that feeling you get when you're winning at like the blackjack table or roulette.
To spin a wheel at anything.
Yes.
Right?
Even my VIPs will be like, I'm not kidding you. Every time I do this live stash sale, they will send me a message and be like, I think I blacked out. How many sets did I claim?
Right? It's like that 13. Wheel. We want to know if we could, it's like the chance to win on the wheel.
Yeah. And they love it. I did my stash sale at the beginning of the month, and I ended up selling close to around 80, 90 sets. And I made about $1,000.
Boom.
And it's insane. Like I really feel like you getting live and being like, you guys, I have some unicorns. I really don't want to get rid of them, but honestly, I really want them to go to a good home. Like, hey, here goes. Safari Chic. I have one. Comment sold Safari if you want this one. I can't believe I'm getting, like when you get like, show your personality. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, my VIPs are like spin, spin, spin. And the prices aren't even like, it's not like I'm giving away Maseratis. I mean, it's like a cuticle pusher,
Right. They're like very simple, inexpensive things, but people they just love to win. Yeah.
Yeah. They just want to spin the wheel. And we spun it so much this month that it broke my little thing. Like I have to get a new wheel. It went flying across the room.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I want to see that.
I was like, you guys, I can't spin the wheel anymore. And they were like, no. So I said, okay, it's going to be a silent spin. So then every time we did it, they would golf clap in the comments. Like we made a big joke about it. It was so funny. But that's what sells. We always talk about this. You can have a million different ways to sell Color Street. It's you. You're selling you and your personality. And even if you don't go live, even if you just want to have conversations personally with people, like when you open up to show them that you're just trying to have fun with your business and this is just who you are, you're going to get so much more support. And I think that's what a lot of people realize, because they hadn't been having stash sales. They hadn't been connecting like this. Right. So the live wheel was a big hit. Okay. The other one I will say is that they love the secret nail sale and the Cinderella. They love the Cinderella because it's just so easy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Those are all really, really great ones. So I want to challenge everyone to try one of those three or another method that you've been wanting to try and de-stash like Nicole is talking about. I think this is so fun, and just, it's spring. We're getting the new spring collection is coming. Like, let's get rid of some old stuff and bring in some new stuff with this challenge. I love it so much, Nicole. Do you have any other tips before we wrap it up? If they are going to try this?
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is to be present. A lot of people will be like, okay, I slapped up a post. Bye. Don't leave. I promise. People want you to stick around. So, one of the things is, it doesn't matter what stash you do, create an event in your VIP. Events give
That's a
you the
great
opportunity to tag every single person. So if you have 700 people in your VIP, it will send an invite to 700 people. I would post in the event and in your VIP. So you've got two options for people to see. And then last, I would follow up. Don't just be like, thanks for the sale, bye. Keep in communication with those people. Ask them how they're loving their unicorns. Have you actually put it on, or did you put it in a case? Are you saving it? The other thing I will say too, people miss lives a lot. So if you do one of those, or they miss your sale, post your aftermath. Okay, guys, the sale's over, but I have these 20 sets left. Who wants to claim them? And you will be surprised. People will be like, okay, yeah, I want A, B, C, and F. Shoot me an invoice.
Love it. That's a great idea. That's such great advice. So good, Nicole. I love it. Well, would you be willing to share some of those graphics that you made and things?
Yeah. So I made some, and then I have, like I said, the group of girls that are rock stars in my life. They made a bunch of the graphics, so I'll ask their permission, and I'm sure they won't mind. But I'll be more than happy to share those and the Google Doc that we put together.
Yeah, we'll take whatever we can get.
Okay.
This is so fun. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. And thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.